Okay. Well, the web camera controller shows up, but that doesn't do anything for me. Yeah. Oh well. I tried, guys. I have the web camera set up, but it's not working, so I'm just going to start because I'm already, I don't know how many minutes late doing this. And of course I go to hit the YouTube app and it goes away, but anyway. Oh well. I tried, guys. At least my audio's loud and clear. It's not working, so I'm just going. That's all that really matters, right? The audio is good. The stream quality is good. I'm going to start because I'm already goes away, but yep. So in today's video, I'm going to go through my entire plugin folder, which might take me a good 2 hours. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. But I have a program called Always on Top, which allows me to put any program on top by opening it up. And then once you're on it, you press Control and Space. Again, the program's called Always on Top. I don't know if it's still available for free, but when I got it, it was. And that allows me to keep this on top so I don't have to keep clicking down here to open and close Notepad. And the beautiful thing about doing this live is that in case my computer crashes for some reason, I can just refer to this live stream and then delete the plugins after the fact. So the whole purpose of this broadcast is to, number one, show you what tools I've been using, software tools, and also to maybe inspire other people to do spring cleaning on their own audio plugin folders. I'm also doing spring cleaning on my computer folders, so I'm either deleting a lot of things, burning a lot of things to Blu-ray disc. I just ordered actually another spindle of Blu-rays, and maybe backing up to all other hard drives as well. But basically, when I burn something to Blu-ray, it means that I probably won't need to access it for a long time. So it gets archived at that point. So let's get started on the audio plugins. Hold on, bear with me. I'm going to get my cell phone away from me. The processor is really going on my computer right now. I don't like that. I just don't like the fact that, you know, I mean, I'm doing a live stream, but yeah, it shouldn't be that intensive, right? Anyway. So, now here's, should I start with VST 2.4? You know what, I should have kept my phone near me so I can see if there's any messages in the chat, but I now have a new problem, which is VST 3 and VST 2.4. So I know that there are some VST 2.4s that aren't VST 3 and vice versa. So I think I'm going to start with VST 3 because that's what I normally go with. And then I'll just go right down the list because a lot of these I don't even have to open. I know I'm not going to need them because I just don't use them that often. Alright, first of all, Abbey Road Chambers. Great plugin, but oh man, I have so many reverb plugins, and my goal is really to just have the minimum. And there goes my web camera. I just pulled the cable sideways. Let me yank this out of here just to. Okay, that makes me feel better. So Abbey Road Chambers it's an echo chamber reverb emulation plugin from Waves. Let me just open the thing if I can. I'll open the stereo version. I don't know if this will open or not. Okay, there it is. So I reviewed this plugin. I really liked it. It's a good plugin. And the question is, do I need it? Do I need this plugin? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. So as I go down the list, I'll put which ones I'm getting rid of on the right. The ones I'm keeping, I'm just going to keep. And we have Abbey Road plates, another Reverb plugin. No, I don't need that either. Vinyl light and then regular vinyl. So this is kind of a unique plugin, so I will keep Abbey Road vinyl. Maybe I should make a list of ones to keep. That might be a shorter list. And also, when you get rid of Waves plugins, you have to get rid of all of them at the same time so that you can reinstall the ones that you want. It's really annoying because they change versions like every year. And then, yeah, anyway, Waves update plan sucks. But anyway, it keeps them in business. Amplitude 5. I just installed this. Got rid of Amplitude 4. I'm curious what it shows. Come on. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you. Sucked out of it. Okay. Yeah, oh, yeah, Amplitude 5, because it has the resizable GUI. I mean, that's the biggest thing for me. I like being able to make this thing as big, you know, well, not maybe as big as I want, but pretty big, you know. So that's cool. Or if I want to make it smaller because my screen's smaller, that's always nice. Oh, you can't go smaller than that? Wow. We're kind of seeing a reverse trend now. I guess laptop screens have finally caught up with the rest of the world. But yeah, Amplitude 5 definitely keeping this one. Just to save some time, I'm not going to open all of these. Analog Matrix, that one, definitely keeping it. That is the one that allows me to use real hardware inside of a plugin. And recently they added a bunch of Neve and a PYE Pi compressor / limiter, and what else? Like 2 other awesome vintage things. But I mean, even the stuff that they had before, just, yeah. So Access Analogs, Analog Matrix, definitely keeping that one. ARC3, without a doubt, keeping it. Big Seal from Acoustica Audio. I like this plugin, but have I really used it? Have I really used it? No. No. And again, I am throwing out the baby with the bathwater. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to get rid of things that I like. This is not about what I like and what I don't like. It's about what I use. So, will I possibly use Abbey Road vinyl? Yeah. Will I use Amplitude 5? Yes. Analog Matrix? Absolutely. ARC? For sure. Big Seal? Questionable. Okay, here's another one. Bitter. You know, I kind of want to have plugins that tell me. I want to know what my plugins are putting out. It's a good analyzer, so maybe I need it just for plugin review purposes. So for that reason, I will keep it. If I were a normal user who doesn't do audio plugin reviews, I'd probably get rid of Bitter. Alright, Blue Cat plugins. Axiom, Chorus Gain. Alright, their chorus is awesome. I'll keep that. Gain I do use. Hot Tuna is a precision tuner. Re-guitar, Rehead. I'll probably get rid of Rehead, even though I meant to review the darn thing. This is tough because there's all these plugins I want to review. But if I haven't reviewed them by now, I probably am not going to. But I'll make a maybe category. Not that Rehead's a bad plugin, I just kind of replaced it with a better one. Alright, Axiom. Oh, you know what? Re-Guitar's cool. Oh, I'm definitely going to keep Re-Guitar. The tuner, I like that it's a standalone tuner, and I don't have to open up Amplitude to use it. So I think I'm going to end up keeping all of these because they all have their own individual use. Brus Free from Clevgrand. I'm going to keep it. Actually, I should have it on my voice right now for noise reduction purposes. But yeah, I like using Brus Free, Bruce Free, however you pronounce it. I like using that in place of Isotope RX whenever I can't use RX for some reason. Celestial. Here's another good one. I mean, put it in the maybe review category because they have this plugin. I'm sorry, they have this hardware up on Access Analog, and I've been meaning to compare the two, like, since last year. Alright. By the way, guys, what plugins are you using right now? I'm curious. Are there ones that you don't see listed here? I'll move the window over for a second. Are there ones you don't see listed here that maybe I should check out? I mean, I have enough plugins that I just, again, that's why I'm doing this video, just to get rid of a bunch of them. So, alright, Series. This, the Rupert Neve Designs, I forget the name of the something channel. The something channel. I will keep this plugin. It complements the Navy plugin. So, yeah. I actually will use that in the future. CLA Vocals. Here's another one I need to review. I bought all of the Waves Artist Series Vocals plugins, and I just never got around to reviewing them, so... And depending on whether I like them or not, will depend on what I do. Okay, Celestial. I'm sorry, Coffee the Pun is it's like a Pultec, but not. So I used Pultec equalizers a good deal. So Coffee's staying on. Comp-Fet 76. Oh yeah, all the Arturia compressors. I'm keeping these. That's the three listed right here. If you guys can see that. I wish I could zoom in, but I can't do that live. And then Baxter. Oh yeah, I love. This is like the Dangerous Music Bax EQ. It's like, I think it's an emulation of that. I love this plugin. It's a quick little. It works on tracks. It works on mix buses primarily, but yeah, this is my Baxandal equalizer hardware emulation. Sounds great. Couture from Auburn Sounds. I don't have a lot of Transient Designer plugins, so I have to keep this one for that reason. Yeah. DBX 160. Actually, I do use this. I do use this one for drums a lot. DC 8. Man, I can't say that for some reason. DC 8C3. This is a good workhorse compressor. I don't use it when I mix though. I did buy it. That one's tough. That one might be a maybe. But man, I don't use it because I don't like it. It's just I just don't use it. I think I'm gonna end up keeping it just because it's a good overall clean compressor and can do other things as well. Degrader, I don't have a lot of plugins that dirty up audio, so I'm keeping Degrader. Denise Perfect Room. Here's a plugin that I was going to review, and then it had a major bug. And I reported this bug, and I was keeping track of gear sluts. I'm sorry, gear space. So gearspace.com. If you go in The Perfect Room by Denise Audio, that there was a major bug, and it affected my computer as well, where you use the plugin, you close your project, you open it up, and the settings are changed. That's a product I cannot review, and I think they finally fixed the problem, so I'll add it to the review section. It was pretty good. I thought that it can't, I'm not gonna say it would replace my usual go-tos, but I think it lives up to its name to an extent, and it did something. I think it retained the low end better than the other plugins normally do, but yeah, it definitely has its uses, plus it's not like super expensive. So I just didn't review it because I didn't want to go in there and say, hey, yeah, this plugin's great, except for the fact that you can't save presets, or it doesn't retain its settings. I mean, what kind of review would that be? Oh, make sure I'm not talking while that plugin's on. Okay, let me just disable. I can't do that now. Here's one to put on. So the Eddie Kramer VC, that's another vocals plugin, so I'll put that up here. Again, these are like those easy to use plugins from Waves that just make mixing a little bit quicker, supposedly. I haven't gotten around to reviewing them. Alright, Excalibur is going to add reverb to my voiceover. Hello? Oh wait. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what this is going to sound like. I just bought Excalibur about 6 months ago, or whenever it was, so I'm definitely not getting rid of that. I do need to review it. Oh, what happened? Okay. I'll do keep and review. F6, this is a clean equalizer, and I bought it because it also has dynamic, is that called dynamic equalization? I think it's called dynamic equalization, or multi-band compression. Anyway, I have used F6 a few times, and I don't really have that many clean equalizers, but I think F6 has its purpose because it's a little more digital sounding than Nova from Tokyo Dawn Labs, and sometimes you want that sound, if that makes sense. It doesn't sound like bad, it just sounds a little bit more precise is the best word, plus it uses less CPU. So I can show you guys. So there, ooh. It's weird watching the frequency graph while I'm talking. Anyway, yeah, so this is a cool little plugin. Okay, the Analog Obsession plugins, I'm probably going to delete them because I have enough ones that I paid for, and I know it sounds weird, but I kind of want to use the stuff that I paid for over the stuff that may or may not be better and is free. Yeah. Although, you know what? I should probably review them first. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Alright, Fresh Air from Slate Digital. This plugin actually was really, really good. I used it on a couple mixes and masters that I released. I can't remember if it was last year or this year. But yeah, Fresh Air from Slate Digital. Great plugin. Front DAW. This is a channel emulation I guess a channel or mix bus emulation plugin. And I have Slate VCC. This one might have a little bit more flavor, but because I'm using more analog hardware in my mixes, I'm going to get rid of it. Again, nothing against these plugins. They're good plugins. There's a reason I have them still, but I just don't need it. It's taking up room. Hard drive space. It's taking up, real estate when I'm going to look for plugins. All right. Greg Wells Voice Centric. I'm keeping this one. I use this on a lot of my voiceovers, so it's staying. Haze 2. This is another really good one. So, if I recall correctly, if I just open it, I can tell you. Hold on. Yeah. So this is like a stereoizer plugin, and it retains mono compatibility. Definite keeper. It just works really well. Hercules, another analog obsession plugin. I'm gonna get rid of that. Hornet 3. That would be, I'm sorry, this one is an equalizer from what I understand, I can't remember the name of the actual hardware, but here, let me load it up. So, this hardware was made by the same people who were behind API Audio Designs. They went on and worked for another company, and apparently the hardware was really good, but still affordable, and I just can't remember the name of the hardware. But I haven't really used this plugin ever, so I don't know. Maybe I should try mixing with it. I'll do it on one of the upcoming Mix Mondays or something. So I'll put it in the maybe review section. Next. Making sure I didn't miss any. Okay, VU meter, absolutely keeping this one. This is the big time saver plugin where it has an awesome gain quality, number one. Number two, if you have a lot of tracks, it will make it easier for your tracks to come within, the gain setting that you want it to be. So, you might be sent all these big files and you need to either trim them down or raise them up. This plugin makes that process a lot faster. It's a big time saver. I highly recommend it. Again, that's Hornet VU Meter Mark IV, if I remember correctly. Yep, MK4. Mark IV. IIEQ Pro. I love to open it and show you, but it shows my name on screen. This is my go-to clean equalizer. I could probably mix anything with this plugin. It's basically, I always call it the poor man's Pro Q, and that's not insulting to it. It's actually a compliment. So okay, IRL and IR1. So this is the Waves impulse response. They're what do you call it? They're convolution reverb plugins. I do use these. Sometimes they're a good alternative to the exponential audio ones, which are my go-tos. So I'll keep it for that reason, but I probably could live without it if I'm being honest. It takes up a decent amount of hard drive space, but I feel like if I get rid of it, number one, it wasn't super expensive, but anyway. Jack Joseph Puig vocals. That's another one I have to review. K-Meter. Now I'll probably get rid of this one since I have a bunch of meter plugins. I reinstalled it just to have it, but yeah. Clever from Clevgrand. Good reverb plugin. I'm trying to think if I have anything else that's like a real-time reverb. So I'm going to put it in the maybe category. Newer from Clevgrand. I'm keeping this. This is basically a newer, a better version of Renaissance bass. So it adds in harmonics from bass signals so that you can hear bass instruments on regular speakers, if that makes sense. It's really important. It's a really important technique, or in this case, the plugin does it for you. So again, Knorr, Knorr from Clevgrand. Console by Analog Obsession. That's another one I'm going to get rid of. La2a from Analog Obsession. Listen to. I'm keeping that one. That's a good one. Listen to helps you if you do remote work, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there are doing remote work because of you know what. So Listen to allows us to send our audio. Now you could either send it to a client, or you can send it out to your cell phone and then go listen in your car with your cell phone, or you can just listen on your cell phone speakers or your tablet, what have you. And essentially it allows you to transmit lossless audio over the internet in near real time. All right, Lux. I think this was a saturation plugin that I never got around to reviewing. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know how to use it. I don't. So for that reason, I'm going to get rid of it. Magenta from Acoustica Audio, keeping this one. It is a matte. I'm going to say this wrong. Well, it was. I'm sorry, I just remembered it. Manley Labs, Manley, Emulations. The Massive Passive. We have, I believe, the. Not is it Vocal Vox? I don't know, but lots of cool Manley Labs emulations in one plugin. And it's one of my go-tos for vocals in particular. So, yeah, definitely not getting rid of that. Maserati VX, I'll add that to the to the reviews. America by Analog Obsession. This is like an API type of equalizer. Analog Obsession plugins are free. Well, they're donationware, but yeah, they're free to try. And if you like them, they ask that you donate. So I haven't donated yet, and I feel bad. So I probably will donate when I get out this broadcast. I'll try to remember. Actually, I'll just write it on here. Donate to Analog Obsession. All right, next. MSED from Voxengo. I'm sorry, Mix Checker Pro from Audified. I like this. I like this plugin a lot. I'll just open it and show you. It will modify my voice though. Okay. So as I flip through these presets, you can hear my voice change from better sounding because it's emulating a professional speaker down to a smartphone, and then you can put me inside of a car or an SUV, and then let's go to the Apple Earbuds emulation. So I'm hoping this is making my voice sound different. Tablet, and yeah, so this plugin allows you to check your mixes on different speaker types. Very cool plugin. And next, I'm going to double check that I'm still online, and I'm going to go back and add some more, or go through the rest of these. Like I said, it might take 2 hours. It might be less because I'm not loading all of them up. But let me double check that I'm still live streaming. double check that I'm still live streaming. All right. Let's see if you guys have any questions since I'm looking at my phone right now. What's up, Diego? Diego was on last week. I appreciate you being in here, man. Chris Styles, Chavez, what's up? Hello, fellow audio engineers. Thanks, man. Thank you. He said he's passing by, showing some love and support. Glad you're still doing tutorials. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool being back using some of this stuff. Did you see the newer Analog Obsession Patreon? No, I have not. Ears dropping here. I don't know what that means. Oh, maybe eavesdropping? Okay. Back to the audio plugins. Let me double check that it's one more time that it's still streaming. Eavesdropping here. I don't know what that means. Oh, maybe eavesdropping? Okay. Back to the audio plugins. Let me double check that it's one more time that it's still... Hey, I noticed that there's some like flickering going on with the screen. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just because it's the maximum bitrate I can stream at with this software is 6 megabits per second, and this fine, all these little letters are fine detail technically. So it might just be that it's just throwing the video compression for a loop. But I apologize for that. I have a fast uplink. I think my internet is. I think it's 100 meg at best, 100 megabits per second. Download and upload, and realistically, it's like 75 on that speedtest.net website. It's usually around 75 up and down. It's usually a little bit faster with uploading. But anyway, yeah, there's no reason why I have to stream at this low of quality. But YouTube, I don't know if it's like a limitation with YouTube or what. It's a shame, though. So let me get back to talking about plugins here. And I'll load up. Ooh, what is this? Oh, the Membrini Audio Analog Rack. There are different plugins from Membrini Audio. Those are the ones I've been meaning to review as well. I mean, the list just keeps piling up. So what I'll probably end up doing is just taking all these different plugins from these companies that I've heard about and doing mixes with their stuff in place of the ones that I normally use. Like there's a company that contacted me, I'm going to say a couple weeks ago at this point, and they're called AIX. Let me say that again, AIX. And apparently they were developers for Reaper. I don't know if they still are or not, but AIX Plugins, I think is the name of their company. They contacted me. They wanted me to check out. They have about 5 or 6 plugins out now, from what I remember. And yeah, I actually had never heard of them. Apparently they've been around for at least a year. So yeah, AIX plugins, I'll probably either review them or play with them next week. Maybe even tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. But maybe what I'll do is I'll do like, I don't know, I don't want to do another user manual stream, but it kind of helps me do them live, so I just get it done. You guys inspire me to get things done. Okay. So these are all still Membrini Audio. Alright, all these are Membrini Audio plugins. And then we move on to Navy from Acoustical Audio. I know I'm going to keep them. So, on to the next one. Nimbus! Let's put some reverb on my voiceover. Yeah. Check. I can't hear the audio right now, so out of natural habit, I'm going to reduce it down to 20% on the wet dry knob. So that should sound pretty cool, right? Let me listen to it on my phone. I'm curious. No.
Out of natural habit, I'm going to reduce it down to 20%.
Oh, that's right, because the FX is off. Right. Duh. Come on, Adam, wake up. Hello. There we go. Now I should have some reverb. So check.
Cool, right? Let me listen to it on my phone.
I'm having too much fun. Let me put it all the way back to 100. Hello, I'm in a medium hall. Large hall. There we go. Large hall. I wish I could hear myself. Okay. I'll listen to it later. I love Nimbus. So Nimbus is a great reverb plugin. It's the one I use the most in mixes. I highly recommend it. It used to be called Phoenix Verb, and instead of just making a Phoenix Verb 2.0, they just called it Nimbus. I don't know why, but Nimbus it is. I guess because the Phoenix had already risen. I don't know. NX from Waves. I will remove this because I'll be honest with you. I bought NX a year or so ago. I liked it for what it was. I like that it has the surround sound option. That alone might make me change my mind on this. So I haven't had to do a 5.1 surround sound mix in a long time. So I'm going to put it on the delete and I hope I remember that I own it for when that time comes. Oh, it can do 7.1 surround sound too? That's nice, I guess. And ambisonics? Wow. Anyway, Ozone 9. Alright, does anybody out there think I'm going to remove this plugin? Really? I love me some Ozone, except version 6. Version 6 sucked. But they redeemed themselves with version 7. And version 8 was pretty cool too. But version 9, great. And I don't like their most recent decision with going subscription and all that stuff, but that's besides the point. Ozone is... I certainly use this plugin suite on every mix. For sure. And one of the sleeper parts of this plugin is actually the equalizer. It has a very nice equalizer. So I've been meaning to do a whole mix with just Ozone. Pawn Shop Comp. Oh, I feel so bad. So the guy who makes Pawn Shop Comp, he was so nice, and he sent me the plugin to review, and I never reviewed it because I'm a jerk. So I will put that at the top of the list. I did that last time and I never got around to it. So between this and M Voice, I think it's called, or M Vocals, those both need to be reviewed because I feel, if somebody says I'm going to send something to you and I'm like, okay, cool, I'll check it out. Like, I mean, I don't guarantee that I'm going to review it, but I am at least obligated if I think something's cool, and I do think both PSC and M Voice are cool to show it to you guys. Okay, Pink number 4. Pink 4, which is the API audio sampling emulation blah 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 from Acoustica Audio. Oh, there's no way that no, I would get rid of navy and magenta before I got rid of pink. Okay? So if I only had like one hardware emulation plugin to have, it would be pink all day long. All day long. By the way, coming soon, finally, the comparison between the API 5500 hardware to pink. Yes, I'm finally going to make it happen. And it's going to be mostly exclusive to people that donated to Real Home Recording over the years. I said that was going to happen. I never made it happen. There's a studio that's about 10 miles away from where I live. I was going to book a session there, and then COVID happened, and then also some other happened, and the guy was like, "Oh, well, actually, you had to book the studio months in advance." I'm like, I can't come over for a couple hours and run some audio through your hardware. Nope, apparently this guy is busy. Good for him. I'm glad he has like $100,000 worth of hardware. I'd love to have that. Anyway, he has like $100,000 worth of guitars, guitar amps, drums, audio hardware. If you add it all up, I would say it's at least $60,000. But if you add in all the construction and all that other stuff, he's got a $100,000 studio. He's got a killer setup, and he has an API 560 and a 550B in his lunchbox rack, along with some other cool stuff. I think he has an La2a. Anyway, I'll have that hardware versus plug-in comparison out. My goal is this month. So I will add that actually at the top as well. All right, next, Prebox. Oh, this is a cool little plugin. So if you like preamp emulations like I do, and I'll just flip through these, not really knowing what I'm doing, but yeah, I'll just keep going through. Check, 1, 2. And this is an analog obsession plugin. I don't know if you can still download it, but yeah, Prebox has a lot of emulations, and yeah. This is one of the ones that I've been meaning to use and try, but never got around to it. But again, I haven't used them, so they will hit the cutting room floor, as it were. All right, Pro DS. I use this. Any voiceover, any vocals, I'm using Pro DS. It gets rid of the harshness in vocals or voiceover recordings. It reduces them. And by the way, I learned a new trick the other day. I'm going to make a solo video for this. But, let me disable this for a second. So, do you notice something about this plugin that a lot of people don't? So, I don't think it's built into the plugin, but Reaper has it, and that is a wet dry knob right up here. So the trick is really simple. You over DS so that it sounds like the person is lisping, and then you just blend it in with the original, and that's the trick. Yeah, I don't think there's a wet dry knob in this. Maybe in a newer version and I haven't downloaded it yet. If I click around too much, I don't want it to open something up randomly. But yeah, maybe I don't think is the in and out output level. No, I don't think that's a mix. That's not a wet dry knob. But anyway, yeah, Pro DS. I'm certainly keeping this plug-in. The PRS plugins, these, again, I wanted to review these. Apparently they are good guitar emulations, but I have not been recording a lot of guitar lately. So I'll put that on the maybe to be reviewed. I'll probably get rid of them and then add them at a later point. But anyway, Pulsar Smasher. This is an 1176 emulation. I talked about it in the video. I never reviewed it, but it's a good plugin. The question is, do I need it? I kind of feel like I mean, I have Monster from Slate Digital, so this is so tough. But I will be getting rid of this. It's tough because, again, you know, you're like, I might need it, but then again, no. All right. Oh, this is an easy one. So QA, QB, and QG from Vocal Audio. This is their Q American series. Mono, really? That's weird. All right, so I'll just show you the guys. So this and these two. All right. Now, why am I excited to talk about these? Because a lot of people don't talk about these. And let me tell you, I went back to one of my favorite mixes, and I wanted to see what equalizer I used a lot. It was the Q American series. And the reason I used them is because it was a mix with a lot of tracks, and I couldn't use pink on everything. But I got to be honest with you. In a way, I preferred the Vocal Audio over pink. And maybe that is audio blasphemy, but I'm telling you, demo these plugins. Right? Check them out on your own mixes and tell me what you think, because that is some goodness, and it's one of my secret weapons. I will not part ways with these equalizers. Yeah. Anyway, R4 from Exponential Audio. This is basically the vintage take Michael Carnes did, who I interviewed, by the way. If you haven't seen that interview, maybe I'll remember to link it below. But anyway, Michael Carnes is the man behind Exponential Audio, and before that, he was the man behind the Lexicon plugins, and he was the man behind the Lexicon hardware, like the PCM 96, and I believe he worked on, I'm going to say this wrong, he worked on the hardware in the 1980s. I'm not sure if he was behind the 480L, but the man knows reverb. R4 was his ultimate vintage emulation plugin. I may as well put it on screen while I'm talking it up. But between this and Nimbus, I'll turn it on. Yeah. Between this and Nimbus, these are really the only two reverbs I need for mixing. Period. End of story. Michael Carnes is the man. Happy retirement to him. I heard he's retired now, so I hope I see him in the future at maybe one of the AES or NAMM shows. But anyway, on to the next plugin, Rare. This is a Pultec emulation from Analog Obsession. If that's not obvious, I don't know what is. But again, I don't use those plugins. I have other ones, so yeah, yeah. R-Bass, Renaissance Bass from Waves. I have Noor now, so R-Bass can go. Reamp from Clevgrand. It's a saturation plugin. I like it. I'm keeping it. And actually, I heard a somewhat famous audio engineer uses Reamp. I forget where I saw that at, but yeah, he pointed out Reamp. That was pretty cool. All right, Rev Plate from Arturia. Here's another reverb plugin. I'm going to put it on just because it's fun to do that. Yeah, plate reverb. Hopefully it's going through, is it? If it's not, I'm going to sound dumb. So, yeah. Anyway. Check. 80s plate, aerial plate, EMT small. Check. Coarse plate. Let's get rid of this. I like it. It was free. Do I need it? Do I need this plugin? I'm going to say no. Next up is Fuse Audio W. All right. W2395C. From what I remember, this is an emulation of, oh boy, I just lost my train of thought on this one. It starts with a W, I think. They make a famous preamp, and I can't remember which one. The V96, I think. I just can't remember the name of the company. Anyway, Telefunken? Was it Telefunken? Might have been Telefunken. Anyway, that EQ I've been meaning to check out. It's a freebie from Fuse Analog or Fuse Audio Lab, sorry. And yeah, I'm going to put it in the review section because again, I don't want to get rid of it. But at the same time, I really have not used it on my mixes. Alright, RVox. This has been replaced by the Greg Wells Voice Centric, so I'm going to get rid of that, even though it's an awesome plugin. Renaissance Vox. That's what R stands for. RX6, I am definitely keeping that. I don't use the plugins. I use the separate standalone program. But R6 is one of the Desert Island audio plugins that I never want to get rid of. It's hard to replace what it does. Okay, Acoustica Audio Sand. This is their solid state logic equalizer. Whoops, sorry. I just banged the microphone. The solid state logic 4,000, 5,000, 9,000. And then I believe there's like the channel compressor and then the mix bus compressor, like 2 or 3 versions of that. So this is an overall awesome plugin. And I definitely use it in, I'm going to say 95% of my mixes for music. I don't normally use it for like voiceovers, but for music I definitely do. Sibilance from Waves. I like Pro DS, so it will be... Oop, just hit my microphone again. Okay. Sienna. Keeping that for sure. After all, I just bought it last week, so I mean, like, why would I get rid of it, right? Smart Comp. Here's another one I've been meaning to review because I'm a dummy, and I'm not a dummy. I'm working on things, and there's just not enough time in a day anymore. Anyway, Smart Comp needs to be put up. Smart Comp is definitely one that I would recommend as what I like to call a finalizer compressor. Meaning you get your compressor, you know, maybe your hardware emulation, and get character out of that, right? Get some punch out of that, get some gooiness out of that. And then if it's not cutting through the mix like you would like it to, put Smart Comp over that son of a... Because you know what? It's a clean compressor. And it can take a lot of gain reduction because it has this thing called spectral compression, and it essentially only compresses frequencies that go over a certain limit. So you can get a lot of gain reduction out of Smart Comp, and it's also really easy to use. So for those 4 or 5 reasons that I just listed, I recommend Smart Comp as one of my Desert Island audio plugins, and I'll make a separate list of what my Desert Island ones are, but yeah. Alright. I don't know how to say that out. Hold on. Oh, Snapshot. Snapshot it allows you to save pictures of hardware settings while you are recording, mixing, or mastering. And I think it's really unique, so for that reason, I'm going to keep it. Snare Buzz, this is kind of interesting. So, if you've ever recorded bass guitar or regular guitar, or maybe even vocals, and you forgot to take the snares off of the drum, sometimes they buzz. And if you're in a real studio, you'll hear that buzz, and it's something that I'll never forget because, again, bass guitar plus snare drum equals zzz. So that's what this plugin aims to do, and it's really unique. I don't think any other plugin out there does that, so for that reason, I'm keeping it. Voxengo Span. I like the way this plugin looks, although I have other meter plugins. Span, I get along really well with Span, and I'm keeping that. SSQ, I believe this is is this their, yeah, this is their solid state logic emulation from Analog Obsession. Maybe I'll do an Analog Obsession, what do you call it? I'll do a whole mix with just Analog Obsession plugins. There's just so many of them, you know? And there's ones that I haven't downloaded yet. Kotelnikov from TDR or TDL. I have clean compressors, and I don't need another one, so I'll add that. It's easy to delete the freebies, you know? It's kind of rude to say, but it's true. Nova, I have F6. Nova is a little smoother sounding. It's a dynamic equalizer. I mean, you can use it as a regular equalizer too, but its main thing is it's a dynamic equalizer, and I didn't use it a lot on the most recent mixes I've done, but man, I would hate to get rid of it and forget about that it exists. Does that make sense? I mean, I do use F6, but sometimes Nova I like Nova's interface better, so I'll keep it around. Tempo delay, this is good because it's real-time delay, so I'm keeping it for that. Bass tard, I know I say that the wrong way every single time, but that's for YouTube reasons. This is the lower end of a Pultec emulation. This is an Acoustica Audio plugin. So if I combine bass tard with where's it at? Coffee the Pun, you basically have a Pultec at that point, although from two different hardware manufacturers. So I'll keep it. I probably don't need it, but I don't know. It's a cool little one-trick pony. Tonal balance control. This shows you where your frequency plot should be. I'll show it to you guys. So you put this on a mix, and essentially you choose, like, let's say, I don't know, we'll do hip hop. So this is approximately where your frequency should be. You put this on an entire mix, and then your frequency should be around these areas normally. So let's see what rock would do. Okay. Reggae, you know, so it's just all these different. It's a good little mix checker type of plugin, so I'll keep it. Torque. Torque is a unique plugin. It allows you to adjust the pitch of drums without affecting their transient. So Torque, definitely keeping that. I should have wrote all the waves ones down, but I'll remember which ones. I'll remember. All right, T-Rax brick wall limiter. I don't use that anymore. It's outdated, so I'll get rid of it. EQ81, that's another one. It's outdated because of Navy and Series, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Series. So I'll probably get rid of that. All these T-Rax plugins I have to go through and manually delete them, and it's not fun that I can't just not install them. Okay, and then we have the API emulation, so we'll just do EQ, P, A, B, and G. Those were replaced again by Pink and Volco Audio Q American Series. And then we have our tape machine. Oh, tape echo. I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Master EQ 432. I like this. I like this plugin a lot. I'm definitely keeping it. Precision Comp. That's one I think I meant to review and I never got around to it. This one's tough because this hardware emulation is built into Navy version 2. It's the 33609 from Neve. So this one's tough. Maybe what I'll do is I'll compare the two. And also, I could compare it to the hardware. I could be another like donation only plugin. I'm sorry, donation only video. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, we'll be checking the chat in a second. Hopefully, I'm still streaming. It does say I'm live up here in the upper right corner. You guys can't see that, but I can. I've been streaming for an hour, it says. Alright. Next up, Tape Echo. This isn't a... What is it? Echoplex EP3, I believe. Let me double... Let the delay begin. Hello. 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 Check. Two tapes. Yeah, so oh, hey, look, it's animated now. Check that out. And again, because it's T-Rax 5, I can make it really big. Yeah, buddy. Alright. Oh, no, I thought it was about to break. Alright. So, I don't think I have an Echoplex type of delay. I don't know if anybody will ever ask me for one. I'll keep it. Space delay. I haven't tried this plugin out yet. Their Roland. Oops. That's their Roland Space Echo RE201, I believe is the model number. Echo hardware emulation. I don't know if it's good or not. Again, I haven't tried it out myself. I kind of have enough delay plugins as it is. So, yeah. Next. We're almost there, guys. We're almost finished with VST3. And then I'll run through VST 2.4 pretty fast. Okay. So we have the tape machines. I never did buy these. I do like them. I think they're probably the best tape emulation plugins out there. But I just, I was waiting for them to go on sale again, and they never did. So, yeah. But I do recommend them over Slate Virtual tape machines now, because I think that they really sounded close to the real tape machine that's up on mixanalog.com. Alright, next up, the white 2A. That's an La2a compressor emulation. I do use this still, so I'm keeping it. I'll show it to you guys. Oh yeah, let's put some La2a on my voiceover here. Check this out. So let's really compress it. Hello. I'm not tweaking the gain. Check. All right, that's probably really smushed, but anyway, back to the normal voice. Let's see. We have TR white channel. That's like an SSL 9000, I believe. I think I only have one SSL 9000 emulation, so I'll keep it for that reason. And where the heck did my British channel go? Did I delete that? I think I may have deleted that at some point. All right, good. So I'll get rid of the tape emulations, the IK tape emulations. And space delay. What else? That's it. Okay. track meter from our good buddy Martin Zuther, the guy that makes K-meter. Cool. I don't really need it, so I'm going to get rid of that. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Alright, I don't know what TREC is. Is that a Trident equalizer emulation? I think so. I will keep it just for that, and I'm going to review them anyway. So yeah, that's cool. Again, Analog Obsession, Donationware. Check them out if you haven't heard of them already. True Iron. This is my Transformer emulation plugin, and I love it. So I will not be removing it. Then we had the VBC, the Virtual Bus Compressors plugin suite from Slate Digital, and I love these. I actually think that their FG Gray, which is an SSL bus compressor, is probably the best bus compressor emulation that I own. It definitely beats out Sand. Sand actually came in second place when I tried these out, but between that and the Glue, I think I had BritComp installed from IK Multimedia, and between all those, the VBC FG Gray was the best. And then we had the FG Mu, the FG Red. I'll just show you guys all these on screen right now. So yeah, there we go. All three of these, you can change where they are. I don't. Oh, there we go. I gotta grab it from that side. You can change the order of emulation. So, anyway, these are great plugins. I will not get rid of them. I think it's possibly amongst Fabrice Gabriel's best work ever. And yeah, even though it's mix bus specific, try them out on different tracks. You might be surprised. And then we, of course, have the Virtual Mix Rack, which has a lot of Slate Digital plugins on it as it slowly loads. So we have, I'll just go down, we have an 1176 Revision D emulation. We had the FG401, which here's another sleeper plugin. A lot of people don't talk about this, but yes, it is originally based on, as you can read, a VCA channel compressor. Yes, it was originally based off of the one that's built into the SSL console, the channel compressor, and then they added on to it. The Monster is an 1176 all buttons in emulation with some added bonuses. I actually prefer this over the real deal. FGN is their Neve equalizer emulation, and they added an extra mid-band. The FGS, this is another SSL equalizer emulation. I used to, back when this plugin first came out in 2014, I used FGS a lot. Revival, I haven't really used this one. It's okay, but I prefer just equalizing my way out of a problem and not doing something like Revival. Although I do like, what was their new one called again? The Air. Yeah, that's a good plugin. All right, and then VCC. Here's another one where I used to use it a lot until I started using real hardware on my mixes, and then, you know, between that and True Iron, that's what I'm using now. But I still use VCC Mixbus unless I plan on mastering the audio with analog hardware. But even then, I might still use the Mixbus compressor. I'm sorry, the Mixbus from the virtual channel collection. And then Trimmer, I mean, Oh, they changed the color. It used to be blue. What happened? Well, I haven't used it in a while, so if I could remove it, I would. But it's good if you use, the whole idea with the virtual mix rack is that you're using multiple plugins all at once. So the trimmer comes in handy for that. Vocal doubler from Isotope. I'm going to get rid of this. Or maybe I should. I'll keep it. It's tough. It's tough because I have an upcoming mix, like a pop mix, and it might be perfect for that. I'll keep it. Screw it. And then we had these two equalizers from Fuse Audio. Do I need these? No. Do I want to keep them? Yes. Oh boy. I don't know. I think I'll keep the passive filter and get rid of the program EQ. I don't know why, but I don't know. Alright, so I'll write that down. I'll do... Alright guys, I'm gonna take a break. Sorry for yawning. I'm gonna take a break for like 5 minutes or maybe just a couple minutes. I will take this off for now. So I don't know if I'm gonna just stop the broadcast and come back. Or I'll just keep rolling it. I'll mute myself and come back in about 5 minutes. If you want to read the list, I'll put it up right now. I can't go any higher than that. There. Yep. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. If you guys are still watching, I will be back in about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. Thanks for standing by. We'll be moving on to, actually, I'll do virtual instruments next, and then wrap it up with VST 2.4. Any of the ones left that I didn't do already. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's see if it's still going. Thank you all for thumbs upping this video. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's see if it's still going. Yep, we're good. We're good to go. That's a pretty substantial list. Oh, and now I'm gonna... Where's the cough button when you need it? Hold on, I'm moving my cell phone away from the computer. Okay. So virtual instruments next. I will make this window smaller again. Virtual instruments. We have VST3i. We have Perfect Drums. Definitely keeping those, even though I don't really produce music, although I should, just for practice. And Syntronic. Synthtronic? No, Syntronic. Both those I'll keep. And then we have, here's M-Voice. Okay, so M-Voice is an instrument. Durr. So there's M-Voice. We have Contact Player, which is, you know, I probably should get rid of this, actually. Yeah, because I have, you have to open up Contact Player itself and then delete. I don't know how to spell that. contact player. Within the standalone. Yeah, unfortunately, there was a website called Remix Hits that I reviewed. I remixed TLC's No Scrubs, and unfortunately, that company no longer is working. I don't know if... I don't want to say they don't exist. It's unfortunate because I actually wanted to buy the multi-tracks for like 3 or 4 songs, and I just never did it. And that's the thing, guys. You have to remember, these companies, you know, if people aren't buying or using their services, guess what? They cease to exist. So, you know, that's my concern with companies like Mix Analog and Access Analog. Like, here we had this hardware, and this stuff is like super expensive, and most of us would not be able to use it because of the price. But here we have something, and I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what their financials are. I really hope that, honestly, I hope that they're able to one day, you know, do well for themselves. But I don't know. I log on to the servers, and I can basically use the stuff almost any hour of the day, and I'm just like, wow. This is a shame. You know, there's probably people out there who don't know about these services that would use these services, and that's why I try to bring them up at every opportunity, because I use them on my own mixes. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Let's go back to this. Okay, Neo Piano. Sure, why not? It's a Yamaha C7. Although, again, I'm not producing. You know what? Screw it. I got to be honest with myself. All right, I'm going to get rid of Neo Piano. I probably have a backup of it somewhere. Perfect Drums I'll keep, just because I might one day just want to mess around with drums, and they're really good drums. I don't know what the rest of these are. Oh, Sample Tank 3. Those Sample Tank. Yeah, I mean, that's my main, I would say, besides Contact, like, that's my main source of virtual instruments. And then we have Centronic. Oh yeah, the Steven Slate Drums 5 sampler. I might just get rid of that one. Although it's a little bit different than Perfect Drums. But, yeah, I think I will get rid of that, because I'd rather just have the actual full SSD. All right, let's go to that SSD sampler 5. Okay, and that's it for those. And then, all right, again, I've already gone through most of these with VST3, but there's a few that are VST 2.4 only. So I'll scan through the list right now. Ooh, already spotted a good one. Okay, so we have Auto Engage. Well, Auto Engage is one I'm going to be reviewing. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll check out the AIX plugins on Mix Monday. And so Auto Engage, obviously, I'm keeping that. Bit Shift Gain, I use this. It's an Air Windows plugin. Black Ash from Black Rooster. I haven't used these two, so... Oh, boy. I'll put that in the to review list. And then I'm going to have to be... I will stay silent for the most part as I skim through these. Echo Boy. Oh, yeah. I'm deleting Echo Boy. Where's it at? Just kidding. April Fools. Yeah, Echo Boy's my go-to delay plugin. It's another Desert Island one. Okay. Kuasa. I need to reinstall these plugins. So, hold on. They spell their darn Europeans. Is it million or million? Million. Okay, and then Cerberus, that one's easy. Yeah, their presets got messed up for some reason. Actually, I think Vermilion's okay, but Cerberus needs to get reinstalled, like, entirely. I need to actually contact tech support with that. I already talked about LoudMax. Ooh, make sure I download the new LoudMax, because they're always updating that plugin. And I'll donate again too. Loudness penalty, that one's a keeper. That one basically, it allows me to make my YouTube videos at the proper volume when I'm doing not live ones. LXP, you know what? I debated this last time. I spent a lot of money on the Lexicon plugins. Let me show you. Well, I can't show you my receipt, but when these were out originally, these are the Lexicon LXP native reverb plugins, designed again by Michael Carnes of Exponential Audio fame. And these were just, when they first came out, these plugins were glorious. Glorious. Some of the, if not the best, in-the-box reverb plugins available, I believe in the year, was it 2010 or 2009? Either way, I bought these for, I believe I spent $400, maybe like $380. I think they were even on sale. I don't remember, but I spent a lot. These plugins are what I spent the most money on. But I have Nimbus. I have R4. But gosh darn it, I spent $400 on these plugins. So it's like, man, do I need these? Do I need these plugins, chat? I don't think I do. But if you spent $400 on plugins, wouldn't you keep them? Seriously. I mean, this is like throwing away a PlayStation 4 or something when it was brand new. I know these plugins aren't brand new anymore, but gosh darn it. I mean, let's listen to these plugins again. These plugins were out in the year 2009, 2010, somewhere around there, okay? Listen to this. I'll do a haul. I'll do the haul one. Let me disable the other ones before I enable it. Okay, so listen to that. Listen to that quality. You know? Let's just go through the presets here. Oh yeah. Listen to that. I'll leave back off on the wet. Actually, it's called a mix knob. There we go. Listen to that beautiful reverb. And I can't even hear it, but I know it's beautiful. You know? Let's go to the smaller spaces. Check that out. Yeah. You know? Just glorious reverb for everybody to listen to enjoy. But, man, I can't see myself deleting these. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I should start using them in mixes again. Just, yeah. I'm keeping these. Unless somebody wants to buy them from me for $400. You know what I mean? Like, oh boy. Anyway, let's listen. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. It would just pain me to just throw money away like that, you know. Magic AB, I have this plugin in Ozone 9 now. I don't need Magic AB anymore. It's now obsolete. It's redundant, I should say. It's not obsolete. And they upped the price on Magic AB. It's a shame that they think that they can get all that money from people. It used to be a reasonably priced plugin, and I think it's like $100 and something now. It was like $50 when I reviewed it. And anyway, all right, Maserati, I already did that. All right, Master Dither from Kazrog. I believe this came with my not True Iron. It came with, man, I can't remember. I don't use this plugin. If I could get rid of it, I would. So I'll put it on here to delete, if possible. I got it free with I can't remember the name of the plug, and it's I'll come across it soon. All right, NA808. Yeah, Micro Shift. That's ooh. You want to talk about another Desert Island plugin? I love me some Micro Shift. Hello. Check that out. Oh, no, wait, you can't check it out. I don't have it enabled. There we go. Doubling the vocal, the background vocal thickener. Oh, yeah. I usually just put a little bit on the wet dry, you know. By the way, to get the percentage up, you press Control. Just a little bit, like 5-6%. Oh, it sounds great. Oh, Micro Shift. It just, yeah. I like it that much. Check. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah, anyway. Awesome plugin. Not gonna get rid of it. Next. Let me double check I went through everything. Yeah. Okay. Peaks only. Here's one where it's like, you know, I inspired Chris J to make this plugin. He was already planning on making it, but my email inspired him. And it's actually a pretty useful plugin. What it does is, like, when your audio overloads after a certain point, it makes it sound really bad. The idea came from my broken subwoofer, where if the bass gets too loud, it starts to distort because the speaker's broken. So, peaks only, I'll keep it for that reason. It's a good plugin too, but I probably would get rid of it if I didn't have a personal tie to it, just because, you know, I mean, I don't know. All right. R-Bass, we're good on. Are all these I don't think you can get rid of them. The Reaper plugins. So, if possible, get rid of them. All these REA. I used to say REA. It's just like Reaper. Regate, Refer, Re-EQ. Alright. Reinsert, I would definitely keep, though. Alright. Man, it just keeps going. Revoice. Here we go. Recabinet. Recabinet is what Master Dither came in. I don't know why it was a part of the Recabinet package, but it was. Here we go. Here's a real-time reverb, so I can actually get rid of the one that I was going to keep. Yeah, so I will get rid of Cleverb because I have Redline Reverb. But Cleverb's a good plugin. It's less expensive than Redline Reverb. So, yeah. But the only thing is, Cleverb has a VST3 and Redline does not, to my knowledge. I'll look for an update. And I'll also review some more of their plugins. I don't know if you guys know this. The developer of Redline Reverb and Redline EQ, he died a few years ago. It was a shame, man. He was a hell of a developer. I mean, if 112 decibels would have stayed around, and if he would have, he had just a great creative and technical mind. You know, he was doing things well before other companies were, and it's just a shame that the audio community lost such a good developer like that. You know, it'd be like if Fabrice Gabriel died back in 2011. You know, so many great plugins would not have been released. So anyway, all right, let's go to Redline. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we already did that one. SK10. Oh, now this is a cool little plug. I'll talk about this, and I will keep it. So basically, you ever hear that trick where you put a speaker that is turned into a microphone right near a kick drum for the super low end? Well, this plugin emulates that with a regular kick drum microphone, so you don't have to purchase the product version of this. Yamaha made something, and I can't remember the name of it, but they did it. It was a sub kick microphone, but it was like a 10-inch speaker, I think, reversed, and yeah, it's pretty cool. And this plugin from Waves Factory emulates that. Here's the original Slate Virtual VCC. Oh, let me add this in here. So I need to compare Slate VCC 1.0 to version 2.0. Whoops. Oh, God. All right. Smart Comp. I already saved that one. Oh, Sonarworks Reference. Definitely keeping this. Although I prefer ARC3, Sonarworks still number one with their headphones, even though I now have Sienna. You know, it comes in handy as a different check. And also I think that, you know, it's still good to have it as a speaker emulation plugin. And they just released a new version of that, so I will write that down to review the new Sonarworks Reference, if my computer can handle it. And let's see. Studio Collect P. I can't open this because it may have my name on it. But this plugin allows you to write down credits within the DAW that you're using it. Unfortunately, you can no longer download it from the official website. But if you know where the Real Home Recording plugin repository is, you just might find a copy of it in there. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Cytomic the Glue. Badass little plugin. It's a clean SSL Bus Compressor emulation. It has a ridiculous amount of oversampling. You see that? 64x. Where else do you have a 64x oversampling render? It even goes up to 16x in real time. Who does that? You know who does that? Cytomic. Also, they make a really good Tube Screamer emulation that's still technically in the works, but it's out there. Anyway, let's keep going down this list. It's only a few more plugins left. Tremolator from Sound Toys. The heck does this plugin do? Did I spend money on this thing? Check. Hello. I don't know if it's doing anything to my voice or not. Yeah. I mean, it's tremolo, right? Check, check, check. I'm really curious what this sounds like. Oh, my phone's not near me. Okay, well, I guess I'll hear this later on. I'll keep it because I might be producing pop music like eventually this year, and I don't want to forget I have it. Trigger 2, drum sample replacement software. Keeping it 100%. Absolutely. You send me crappy drums, I replace it with Trigger 2. Put Trigger 2 on my Desert Island plugins list. Absolutely. Okay, Ultrasonic by the from the makers of Tokyo Dawn Labs. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's incorrect. I don't know what Ultrasonic is. It's from Air Windows. I do not know what this plugin does. So I will look into... I keep hitting my microphone. Sorry, guys. I will look into what Ultrasonic does. I downloaded it for a reason. And then finally, we have Waves Tune. Why was this not VST3? What the heck? Hold on. Why were these plugins not VST3? Hey, do I sound like T-Pain yet? Alright, I am keeping these because it's my auto-tune substitute. Oh, and I forgot, my favorite... and when I say this, I'm being serious. Besides Smart Comp, VLA3A is my favorite compressor plugin. It's an emulation of an LA3A. And it just sounds fantastic. Let's listen to what it can do to my voiceover. Check, check, check. I can't hear myself, but yeah. Check 1, 2. Check, 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 check. You can really compress something hard and it still sounds pretty darn good. Check 1, 2, 3. I don't know why it's not doing this in real time. Maybe it can't do it properly. I don't know. Anyway, I love this plugin. I can't. It is. Oh, why did? Why is it not? Oh, there we go. Desert Island plugin for sure. And that's it. That is it. I have my list of plugins that I need to get rid of, and I'm going to end this broadcast after I look and see if you guys have any questions for me or comments, and I'll be wrapping it up. I think it's after midnight Eastern time. Yeah, I'm 100% sure it is. Okay, we got just one more, and that's from Diego. He said, the glue is nice too. Yep. So that's it, guys. Thank you all for joining me. I'm out of here. I am out of here.